This is a step-by-step condensed 4 hours of an old school 1979 Camaro Dragster being dyno tuned. Poor old Camaro had a rough start. It really needed the tune bad. Thankfully, the owner had it rescued by Neil Swafford and the team at Precision Auto and Transmission in Paris, Texas. It began as an ominous day, then ended in glory. Welcome to Road Odyssey. Visit the Road Odyssey YouTube channel and the Facebook page, open 24/7. It was Saturday, 8:01 a.m. I drove through a torrent of rain to get to Precision Auto for a scheduled dyno. Thunderstorms crackled and winds swirled as we met. The dyno at Precision is an eddy current or eddy brake dyno built to withstand high performance engines with RPMs up to around 7,500 and approximately 2,500 horsepower. It has very precise load control and accurate power measurements. Another vital instrument in conjunction with the dyno is the air fuel meter. With an O2 sensor at one end, it ties into the computer software, providing the constant tracking of the air fuel ratio. The computer also tracks the RPM, torque, horsepower, and other readings. The Camaro is an old school build from about 20 years ago. The new owner is Mike, super good guy. The prior owner was the police chief of Crum, Texas, Doyle Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher was also a distributor of Sunco Racing Fuels. There is much more history I am leaving out. Neil got the Camaro strapped down by 9 a.m. and then did the safety checks. Mike came prepared with 112 octane racing fuel, likely from Sunco, and a full kit of assorted carburetor fueled jets that will be visited a few times. Remember how the engine died as it pulled up? Part of the problem was electrical. That will be something fixed at a later date. Meanwhile, they just did the best they could for this session. To begin the process, Neil and Sean made an initial timing mark and double-checked that, removed the cylinder 1 spark plug and checked it for how it looked. Rich, good, lean. Then they found top dead center. The first pull is not so much a pull as it is a safety check and verification of the timing. Running the car on the dyno, making sure everything is operating well, including the meters and software. The first pull will be loaded in the system for a baseline of how things are starting out. Well, that's the desire anyway. The first pull showed a very poor engine setup. Everyone expected that, including the owner. The car has sat without much attention for years. This run also confirmed that the Camaro was starving for fuel. This graph is not even close to what you want to see, but it tells a lot to the team. Although they could just hear the engine was hungry for fuel, Neil's analysis of the pool data confirmed it. They removed the fuel bowls, primary and secondary, on each side of the carburetor body, pulled the metering blocks of each, then they put in bigger jets going from 72s to now 82 and 84, thus allowing for more fuel through the carburetor. This is the timing test with the 82 and 84 jets. Here, they have it all back together and want to make sure that the timing is still correct before doing any hard pulls. Pull number 2 with the 82 and 84 jets. Sean verifying the bowls were properly getting filled. During this pull, they could hear what sounded like some missing. They got a much better set of data at this point. Neil pulled the number 1 plug to check it. The engine was still running lean. Sean had them install a bigger set of jets again, going up to 88 and 90 in preparation for the next pull. The third pull with the 88 and 90 jets, which was much better, but it was still too lean. The air-fuel ratio was at 14.35. It needed to come down on the air and up on the fuel. They installed a bigger set of jets, again, going up to 94 and 96 in preparation for the next pull. Sean also increased the fuel flow from 6.5 to 7. They didn't think that had any effect. Pull number 4 was with the 94-96 jets and the fuel PSI at 7. They were looking for 12.5-ish for an air-fuel ratio to occur, as well as better horsepower and torque. The fourth pull gave no air-fuel data. Neil decided to check the plug to see how lean it might be because there was no air-fuel data. Plug looked much better, but still a bit lean. The Camaro ran a lot better in general. At this point, they have 317 horsepower and 476 torque. Pull 5 with the 94 and 96 jets. This pull got more power with an air-fuel ratio of 8. Too rich for this application. They were targeting, again, around 12.5 for the air-fuel ratio. With the engine running rich and the power increasing, they decided to recheck the timing. They altered the distributor position just a touch. The next pull, number 6, is just going to test the altered timing and see what effect that has. They were beginning to consider a wiring and or distributor issue for sure. Pull number 6 was still with the 94 and 96 jets. The pull was pretty decent. The air-fuel ratio at 10.32 was below what they were targeting. At this point, they have 320 horsepower and 477 torque. They are leveling off on how much power they are getting. They decided to drop the jet sizes to 90 and 91 to get a better air-fuel ratio. The 7th pull after the quick timing change and using the 90 and 91 jets. They got a 13.66 air-fuel ratio, 331 horsepower, and 492 torque at a maximum RPM of about 4,500. It had 400 plus torque down lower as well at about 2,500 RPM. Which is decent, better than when they started. The horsepower estimate to the crank was about 400. Now, the 13.66 airflow ratio was not what they wanted. they were really targeting 12.5, but it was pretty close. The 8th time to run the Camaro on the dyno was simply to make an idle adjustment and check for leaks. Nicely done. Not complete though. This was just phase 1. The 1979 Camaro was race capable after this tune. The car was still fighting to improve, partly because it has a limiter issue, plus some other electrical thingies here and there to repair. It also needed a better distributor. They had no idea for certain what cam was in it, maybe a GM 140 cam, which was very good a long time ago. They did know that another limitation was the heads, 292 turbo angle plug heads. The intake runners are or were also suspected to prevent some of the airflow that they were wanting to get into the engine. I owe a big thank you to James McNeil, owner of Precision, for letting me record this phase 1 of the 1979 Camaro dyno tune. I also give great gratitude to Neil and Sean for consenting to let me put a camera in their faces. And without a doubt, a big thank you to the owner, Mike, as well. When you visit Precision Auto and Transmission, rain or shine, at any time, be sure to say hello to Brett, a super great guy, as well as all the other folk at Precision in Paris, Texas. Please like and subscribe and view. And, well, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please also consider leaving a good comment on your thoughts below and or on the Road Odyssey Facebook page. Y'all, please relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.